The moment you start your holidays, the moment you finally get to slow down, maybe a long weekend, maybe your holidays, you crash, you get a cold, or a migraine, a really strong migraine, or your body aches, or suddenly you feel very heavy and depleted, like somebody pulled the plug and you have to sleep for the first 2 days non-stop. Why does this happen? And more importantly, how can we prevent it from happening again? Why is that phenomenon happening to many and especially high achievers? Today, we're diving into the science behind post hustle sickness and how you can protect your well being before your body forces you to. And of course, how you can enjoy your holidays instead of trying to find the next pharmacy that is open. Hi, I'm Vassia. I'm a psychologist, founder of Anti-Loneliness, and an expert in perfectionism and burnout, and these two are very strongly connected. And this channel is about helping high achievers feel more alive, not just productive. So let's talk about this pattern. First of all, let's understand this pattern. And I've also experienced that. Like I plan a holiday, a proper vacation, like I've been longing for that holiday for months. And I promise myself I'm going to get as much rest as possible, as much sunshine as possible. I'm going to read as many books as possible during this holiday. And then the first days I got sick. Like clockwork, the predictability of this pattern. Sometimes it can be a throat infection, sometimes it's fever, sometimes it's just a nasty cold. So I remember that I was blaming the weather, the different, let's say, climate in the country that or the place that I was visiting. I also blamed the plane, because you're among other people, germs, viruses, but also the ventilation system. Well, actually, when I started seeing that this same thing was happening to me very, very often, but also to my clients, consultants, SEOs, therapists, parents, you name it, then I realized that this was not random. This was completely predictable. Our bodies were not failing us. They were just catching up. And I remember a client of mine said that it's like my body waits until I'm safe enough until it lets go. And that's true. Your body waits. It's true. Let's see a little bit about the science of this post-hustle sickness. What is really happening to our body biologically? So when you're constantly under pressure, I'm not talking about holidays, I'm talking before the holidays. When you are in chronic stress, your body is in a sympathetic nervous system dominance. In other words, the fight or flight mode. Your body perceives everything as a life-threatening situation, and it activates all the systems and the organs in your body in order to fight this life-threatening situation because it thinks that this is a life-threatening situation. So in this state, then your immune system is being suppressed. Why? Because your body thinks that you're in survival mode, and we need to fuel all the energy in the organs and the systems that are really necessary in order to survive, and not on the not so necessary systems. For example, digestion. Who is running to save their lives and thinking about food? No, we don't need digestion. Repair, immunity, not essential according to your body, according to your brain. So that's why it suppresses these functions, these systems. But then you finally stop. You go on the holidays, as we said, and your body feels safe enough to exit the survival mode, to let go. And that's the moment where your parasympathetic system takes over. This is the rest and repair mode, not the fight or flight, but the rest and repair. And suddenly the immune system is back online. It works, and it unleashes all the inflammatory response it has been holding back. This is, as known, the letdown effect. This is when you notice your health is worsening when you are feeling more safe. I remember a study in 2012 by the American Headache Society that found that migraines are more likely to occur not during stress, but 6 to 24 hours after stress ends. That's exactly the same response that we said before. Your body waits until it feels safe and then it releases what it was holding back. So, why high achievers are more vulnerable, as I said in the beginning? Well, high achievers often override their body's warning signs. So, even though your body feels exhausted, then the threshold of a high achiever is higher and doesn't feel tired, doesn't resonate, doesn't understand that they're feeling tired. Also, they see exhaustion as weakness, allowing themselves to take a rest or to admit that they're feeling tired. They see it as losing the battle. They see it as a weakness. Also, for them, rest is a reward for productivity. So, first you're productive and successful and achieving, and then you're allowed to rest. Otherwise, there's some kind of unspoken law that says you are not allowed to rest if you haven't achieved and you haven't completed your work. So that's why they push, push, push. That's why we push, 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 right? Until the body has no choice but just to pull the emergency brake. How to prevent that from happening, because that's why we're here, how we can practically and gently protect our nervous system and, of course, our immune health. First of all, build micro rest into your day. You don't need to wait these 2 times of the year that you're going on a holiday in order to rest. Incorporate it into your day. Take small breaks daily, like 5-minute breathing pauses, 5-minute walk, 5-minute music break, 5 minutes drinking your tea and looking out of the window. It might seem like, okay, so what's the big deal with 5 minutes? It is a huge deal for your brain. It is a huge deal for your body. It is a huge deal for your nervous system. Micro rest calms your nervous system and prevents it from accumulating hidden stress. So that's why it's a fantastic tip. Do it. Start small, as I said, 5 minutes. Tip number 2, downshift slowly before the break. Going from 100 to 0 overnight is a shock for your body. Like you have been finishing work at midnight before your flight, and then you expect within 6 hours that you are feeling relaxed and chill and happy. That's not going to happen. That needs a soft landing. But that's not what it is when you go from 100 to 0. So schedule a day or two before you leave for holidays where you're working really slowly, no rush, no meetings back to back. You just pack your things slowly, maybe a little bit of some admin in order to help again your nervous system transition instead of crash. Tip number 3, create safety during rest. Even if you're going on holidays and officially you're not working, but if you're thinking about work, if you're ruminating of the things that you left behind and what are you going to do when you come back, feeling guilty that your colleagues are picking up what you left incomplete and feeling bad about that, well, that's not rest, right? Your body cannot relax if your mind is panicking. If you rest but you feel guilty, your stress hormones are still high. So remind yourself that rest is necessary. It's part of work life that we leave for holidays without having finished some of our tasks, and then we will pick it up when we come back, or somebody else will continue it for you the same way you have done for them in the past. You can even write a permission slip to yourself. I deserve my rest. I don't need to earn it. I don't have to earn my rest. I deserve it because I'm a human. It's my birthright. Tip number 4, nourish and hydrate before the dip. In the days leading up to your break, treat your body with extra care, not with just care, extra care, like good sleep, gentle movements, nutritious food, lots of water to stay hydrated, because as I said before, we can expect this inflammation rebound and we want to reduce it as much as possible. And you're going to do that by, as I said, sleep, a little bit of an exercise, nutritious food, and lots of water. And finally, tip number 5, don't save all joy for vacation. If you're postponing joy and you're saying to yourself, I'm not going to have fun now because I'm going to do all the fun things during my holidays. I'm not going to connect and meet friends because I'm going to meet all my friends during my holidays. That's the sneakiest perfectionist traps that is delaying joy. We push fun, we push rest, we push the creativity, all the beautiful things, the happy things, all the things that actually regulates us. We push them until the work is done or until we go holidays. But your nervous system needs ongoing signals of safety, not twice a year, ongoing signals of safety and pleasure. That's how we build resilience. So for somebody it can be painting. I mean, that's also my way. I do painting or writing. For another client of mine that I have, it was cooking that brought her a lot of joy and calmness before she got on holidays. So find your version of joy and sprinkle it into your days, not just your holidays. So next time that you see that your body collapses, the moment you stop, remember it's not your body betraying you. It's biology. It's your body catching up. It's your body whispering to you, I've been holding on for you for too long, maybe. So you don't have to wait in order to collapse. You can start weaving rest into your life now, today, gently, consistently, and without feeling guilty. That's important. And if that resonates, I also attach and share with you my free one pager, 7 science based, easy ways in order to stop overthinking. You can find the link in the description. And if you're done with the burnout culture and want to feel really happy and radiant, hit subscribe because this is your channel. This is where you're supposed to be. So thank you very much for joining me. Until next time, take really good care of yourself.